This has got to be you've got to be fired up, man. I mean, this is a big deal for your league that you have co-founded and you're playing in. You've got to be psyched.
Yeah, we're pumped. This is our third season, and unbeknownst to probably a lot of your listeners or even a lot of avid or passive sports fans in the U.S., is professional lacrosse had existed for 20 years prior to us co-founding the PLL back in 2018, and it was called Major League Lacrosse. So another thing that we did this off-season is merged with the MLL, except different than in ABA, NBA, or NFL, AFL. We took on the future rights of naming and business operations versus in those situations, typically the incumbent move forward in subsequent seasons. But we had a bit of a clash in 2018. We felt like pro lacrosse could take a path similar to MLS or UFC over the last 15 years because of new media like Peacock and technology. And we feel like because of participation in the U.S. and beyond that we're on that path. So a different model, but we're definitely excited about where professional lacrosse can go.
And again, it's, each team does have a home city, but you're all playing on the same weekend in a stadium traveling around the country, and Gillette being your first spot, and then the home of Kennesaw State University, Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Atlanta is your second spot. And then Baltimore, Maryland, right there in your alma mater, Johns Hopkins. You're going to be playing in Long Island and Minnesota, Minneapolis. I mean, these are some considerable fields that you're playing on starting June 4th and culminating in the middle of September.
I mean, we're pretty objective in the way that we looked at professional lacrosse. It's a smaller sport. There's 2 million participants and 10 million fans. And we weren't going to try to do what maybe other leagues had done over the last 20 years and try to replicate Major League Baseball or the NBA out of the gates. And it's so much lineage and heritage and ownership of venues that go into building a professional sports league.
Right.
So we looked at F1 as a model or tour-based models, and then we looked at what works in lacrosse annually, and it's the college Final Four, where you have 4 teams. The same thing happens in basketball. They descend in a major market venue, and they play over the course of the weekend, so there's this supply-demand curve that they hit. So where we're at is still our early stages of building interest and year-over-year increase in viewership and sponsorship through this tour-based model, and then we think over the next 3 to 5 years, if we continue to see this growth, that we can flip to a city-based and sell franchises and go that path. So it's definitely a different twist to what people are used to consuming for team sports, but in the end, you still get the best players on the field every weekend.
Right here on Peacock, the PLL coming to you right here on this outstanding streamer starting on June 4th. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.